Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to an episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another great new guest interview for you. This is going to be an amazing show today. I'm excited to see what we get into with my buddy Will Leroy here with Leroy Property Services up in New York, right?
Yes, New York.
Will, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Let's just bring you right into the show. We'll hop right into it. I mean, it's that time of year where guest interviews are a little more, we can get them done a little easier. When we're in the summertime, the spring rush, the summer, the fall rush, it's just like, man, it's getting schedules aligned. It's tough. It's hard to get everything lined up. But we've been working on this one for a while now, and I'm excited to be able to do it. Will is, man, I'm excited to hear some more of your story, your year, and a recap, like how your year went this year. You made some big moves in the offseason last year to get yourself prepped for what I believe was probably your best year ever this year. So I want to hear some of that today. We want to dive into your story a little bit and talk through some of your growth strategies and plans moving forward, as well as just discuss, the topics of entrepreneurship and business ownership, as it's not easy. You're a younger dude out there doing it, and I would love to hear your feedback and just share with a lot of the people out there kind of what you're doing, what you're going through, how you're doing it, and all of the above. But if you're listening real time, hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Hope you got to spend time with your family, loved ones, and hang out with each of them and spend as much time as you wanted to. Some of them you may not have wanted to see, some of you wanted to see, but whichever that it may be, hope you got to do that and enjoy time with family, as that is some time that is just time. Time is our most valuable asset. We can't get it back, and we can't get any more of it than what we are allotted. So use it wisely. I hope you did, but hope you had a great Christmas there. But Will, take it away, buddy. I want to hear from you. I want this show to kind of just rock and roll with your story and the flow that you have here. I wanted you to tell us about your business journey, and we'll dive into further conversation after that. But tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in business, the old just kind of startup story, but put your spin on it and let us know how you got started, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'm Will Leroy. I own Leroy Property Service in Malone, New York, which is a small town in northern New York. I got started in the green industry in high school and just started out by doing basic lawn services for neighbors in the neighborhood prior when I could drive. And it kind of just, snowballed during COVID while I was out of school. School was shut down, and there was really nothing else to do besides, go and work. And, there wasn't much going on. So that's kind of what I did. And after that, it just, snowballed year over year, just got a little bit bigger. And then I graduated high school. I was planning on going to college and decided that wasn't the best route for me and my business at the time. So decided to go all in 2022. And each year it's gotten, a little bit bigger. And we were pretty heavy in maintenance last year. Probably about a 50-50 split between maintenance and project-based work. And then this past year, 2023. So 2023, we were a 50-50 split with maintenance and project-based work. And this past year, 2024, we got heavier in the project-based work, probably about a 80-20. And then for 2025, we're going to be all project-based work, which is softscapes and hardscapes.
Totally project-based. That's crazy.
Yeah, totally project-based.
What a transition, man. And that's partly, we'll talk about your equipment purchases and thing here in a minute to see. I wonder how much that plays into that. But that's cool. So remind me, you may have said it and I just didn't catch it. What year did you start?
So legitimately, I started
Just start
in,
mowing. When did you start mowing in high school?
yeah, I started mowing in 2018.
Okay, so 2
Started
years
mowing in,
before COVID, yeah.
yeah. It
And
just,
and what grade were you in?
2018, ninth grade.
Okay. So so
Yeah.
you graduated 21 or 20?
2022.
22. Man, my math sucks.
22. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Shows how good I am at math.
Yeah.
22. Okay, so you're fresh. So you're fresh out of it, man. That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
that's very encouraging. That's cool to hear the growth you've had there. So you started maintenance. You started doing that. You started getting into projects, right? You know, that's a big thing that even guys that are 50, 60, like, well, I don't know about 70, 40, 50, guys that have been doing this for 20, 30 years, they still can't get out of the maintenance game and get into the project game. They're like, man, I want to do more installs and plantings and hardscapes, this, that, and the other. Like, what would some of your messaging be to that person, maybe the young guy? Like, what was your journey and process of that, transitioning over from maintenance, adding that landscape in? How did you do it? How did you learn it? Did you just learn it on the go? Did you go to school? Did you do books? Like, what did that process look like transitioning from maintenance into the project-based work?
Yeah. So, how I started like with small projects. Like for example, I went to some of my better maintenance accounts and I asked them if I could do, like a small walkway, a new plant install, something, very small, because you want to make sure you know how to do the work before you jump into anything like that. So, going to ask, like a better maintenance client if you could do something, I'd recommend would, be a good point if you're younger. And then one task or, thing I kind of held myself accountable for is that you have to say no to the stuff you don't want to do because you attract the work that you do. So if you want to do, 400 square foot patios, well, you only have to book 400 square foot patios. You can't be advertising for 400 square foot patios and then be slinging mulch every day. That's not gonna work. So you have to say no sometimes while transitioning you know, be can be very beneficial.
And I wonder why that really is. I wonder if that's like that just proves how much people talk, right? Because like the people that those jobs start to roll, and you do a job for somebody, you do a hardscape job, and then you get another hardscape job and another hardscape job, like that. And let's say you don't promote any of it, right? You don't put any of it in your social media, you don't run any ads with it. It still happens that way. Like
It does.
it's just what
Yes.
happens, and it's like
Yeah.
it makes me think people. It just the importance of people talking about you. Because like
Yeah.
that's has to be how word spreads.
Yeah. I mean, you can think that people aren't going to say anything, but people talk way more often than you think.
And it may not be anything like amazing, and it may not be anything terrible. It's just like
Right.
they're just going to say,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, hey, we had this patio. Like I'm enjoying my new
Right.
patio." And then it turns into, "Oh, well, who did your patio?" Right? Like it's not
Exactly.
they're not singing your
Yes.
praises or dogging you. They're just
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
conversation, "Hey, I got a new patio." And then it
Mhm.
goes from there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting. That's cool, dude. Well, that's encouraging to hear. Maybe guys like that, like take some advice if you're trying to get into that. Target your maintenance customers. The maintenance industry can be a gateway into much bigger projects. It's kind of what we've done. The last couple of years is we've tried to keep growing our maintenance side while also upselling and bringing in some of those landscape and installs and things like that. So there is definitely benefit to
Yeah.
keeping the maintenance.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And like I think we were up to like 45 weekly cuts in 2023. So that's like 45 phone calls you can make to say, we're offering this service in 2024 and, let us know if we can come out and provide you a quote if that's something you're interested in.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what is your reasoning for getting rid of maintenance?
Uh, I live in a very rural area, and everything is spread out, and it was a lot of windshield time for our maintenance route, and it did not make sense for my company and in my area currently at this time.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
100%.
if I
You
lived
gotta have tight routes.
in a more populated area and where there's a little bit more dense routes, I would definitely consider doing maintenance.
You gotta have tight routes. If you're driving all over the place for a 30, 40, $50 mow, it just doesn't happen, guys. Like you don't grow business that way. I'm sorry, you just don't. You will never. You'll hit a ceiling because you can only do so much in a day, and then your revenue isn't going to be enough in that day to like really truly reinvest in the company, buy new trucks, buy new equipment, things like that. So I totally see that side and the reason behind it for sure. So there's no need to kind of like give an excuse or anything. It's just like, you know what, that's just the facts are the facts, and I don't want anybody to ever like, if you change your business model, don't let people talk about it in a negative connotation, right? Don't let them be like, oh, well, you don't do this anymore. Wonder why you couldn't handle it. You know, just do what works for your business, do what's best, and rock and roll with it. So that's cool, dude. Well, let's walk through like the last year and a half to 2 years for you. I mean, there's been a big transition here. You made a big equipment purchase. You can talk about that a little bit if you want to. And then just let's dive into this project-based work, what that actually looks like, what your day-to-day looks like, and so on and so forth. But, yeah, talk through the equipment purchase and your last year and a half here.
Okay. So in the fall of 2023, we purchased a 3.5-ton mini excavator, and for our projects, it's been a great machine. I definitely recommend, if you're in the market for, purchasing something, that's, a decent amount of money, I would recommend renting it before going out and buying it, just to make sure it fits your business model. It's good. It's it just, what works for you, because, an excavator was perfect for us at, last fall going into this year. And I know guys that are, in a different area, and a mini skid steer is perfect for them. Well, a mini skid steer, doesn't really make sense for us because everything is so wide open and we can just get a full size skid, no problem. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely, I don't want to say like a little scary, buying something, but like you have to almost like bet on yourself and hold yourself accountable to saying, yeah, like, we need this and it's gonna work. And it was a perfect purchase for us at the time, and it was a great machine so far for us this year.
You said, yeah, man, that's good. You said you have to bet on yourself there. That's big. Like you got to go into it knowing that you're going to work and do whatever it takes to pay for that machine, to put it to work, and to generate the revenue to keep up with it. That's good. So how have you actually implemented that? What kind of work were you getting into? Why was that a good fit for you?
We can, our bread and butter jobs are, patios from 300 to 800 square feet, and, installs being, large trees, small plants, mulch beds. And I figured we can, dig out for the mulch beds, tear out old stuff with that. At the same time, we can also dig out for patios and load a dump trailer with debris fairly easy.
And you said that that's been a great fit for you, right?
Yeah, it's been a great fit, and it's you can put it on a 14,000-pound trailer, so you're under CDL limit, and it's good. Any 3/4 ton truck can pull it. If you have to put it in a dump trailer, you can do that. I don't recommend that; it's kind of sketchy, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty versatile machine for it's a great first machine for sure.
I am quickly trying to get it out of my dump trailer. That's something that I need an equipment hauler or some type of deck over or something like that very, very badly. Just because like I'm tired of, I want to move machines. I want to move both the Mini X and the Mini Skid in one trip and not tie up the dump trailer. And so That's something I'm looking for currently. If anybody's got any for sale, let me know. Would love to possibly take it off your hands. If you maybe it's beat up or something, needs some work done to it. It's a trailer. I mean, you can't have that much work done to it, but it doesn't have to be brand new. It just needs to get from point A to point B. So, that's cool. Do you have a full size skid, or are you still renting that at the moment?
Still renting that at the moment. Rented one all year, so that's probably would be our next purchase, that or a dump truck, one of the two. But we'll see what the end of the year has in store and the beginning of next year. So
If you did that, what kind of have you looked any full size yet? Or what are you leaning towards?
yeah, we've rented a Cat 259, which has been great. You know, one big thing is we need to be able to move a pallet of pavers, and I know a 259 or a Kubota SL75 would move a pallet of pavers no problem. So yeah, just we also have a John Deere 2032R tractor, subcompact tractor, and that can only lift like 1,200 pounds, which is like 3 rows of pavers. So it's not efficient at all.
Yeah, down stacking is oh man, it sucks. I still do it. It's something that I'm ready to get rid of yesterday. It is not fun at all. So at least you're renting the full size though, so you're getting accustomed to it and things like that. How many guys you got working? Are you working solo? You got some people helping you? What does that look like?
So I work full time in the field along with one other full time person during the summer months. And I just work on the business in the wintertime and just focus on everything. And then, come springtime, everything is going to be dialed in. And we're hoping to go to 2 full-time guys next year. So it'll be me and then 2 full-time guys. So there'll be 3 people working.
That is going to be so cool. It's going to be cool to see the employees grow there. It's not easy. Employees are not easy. It's something that takes development for months and years to come. Training, things like that. What is your plan in place for that as far as hiring goes? When are you looking to exactly hire? Do you have that set in place yet?
We're in the process right now of getting everything in place, and where to go to find right people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's something that just takes time and effort, and my biggest thing I'll say to you and to anybody out there who's trying to employ people is train. I failed to train early on in my company, and that has bit me in the butt. So that's my big focus moving forward is to push training like crazy. We're going to train inside of Greenius with LMN and just really get some of that dialed in. We're going to create some of our own custom courses that we'll probably share down the road as well. So I'm excited for that side of things and growing our company there as well. Let's talk LMN a minute. Didn't you get signed up with LMN?
I did not sign up
with
LMN.
You did not? Did you sign up with a software yet?
I did.
Awesome.
I signed up with Synced Up.
No way. Sick. That's cool. All right, let's have the conversation then. That's awesome. What made you go Synced Up? Project based? Did I lose you? Hello. Did I lose you?
Yes, I don't know what happened there.
Okay, you're back. All good.
Okay.
So what made you go Synced Up? Project based work? Like what was you like the platform better? That's just interesting. I'm an open book here. Let's have that conversation.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I got a good feel from Synced Up when I was doing the demo call with them.
Yeah.
And
the team
I
there
thought
is awesome.
Yeah. The Synced Up team is very good. I'm in the process of onboarding right now, and I've been very pleased with everything that has happened over there. So I'm looking forward. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing implementing it over the winter here and creating a budget and everything, so I know where I'm at in 2025.
Yeah, dude. No, 100%. That is that's super cool to hear. I'm honestly glad you said that, and you. Thanks for talking through it, because it's one of those things that I don't care what software you get. Like, yeah, we use LMN. I'm going to promote LMN. We love it. I mean, it works great for our company. because we do so much maintenance. So that's another huge reason that we use it. But I'm very glad that you're just getting into a software, and we've had conversations about it personally, like one-on-one. We have about getting software, getting that stuff dialed in, and so you talk about getting your budget built and things. Have you started doing any of that in the process yet? Like, are your eyes being opened?
Yes, my eyes are definitely being opened,
Yeah.
and realizing creating a budget is gonna save so much money, and actually know where money is going, and accounting for every cent that is paid out and coming in it's gonna be awesome. So I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to it.
That's awesome, dude. Well, if you want to build a budget, that means you got to come to our event. So we have a one-day event, online guides, if anybody's interested. It's going to be January the 8th. We're going to have a budget building intensive. Hope that some of y'all can come join us. Like, we're talking through this stuff right here. We're going to build a budget together. We're going to have a specialist walk us through that. And so there's so many people that are just operating without even having a budget in place, not even knowing how to use a budget. And so that's kind of where my heart is moving forward, is like, what can we do to get things in place like this, like Will's doing here, putting software in place, really learning your numbers, because as you get into this project-based work, Will, you realize, like, you got to know your numbers or you'll lose your butt real quick.
Oh, absolutely. And, hindsight, I probably should have signed up with it last winter. Just, I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't, but, you should probably sign up sooner than you think. Just, so you know where you're at.
Okay, Will, so let me ask you this. What are you going to do in revenue in 2024? Because as we sit here and have this conversation, and the reason I asked this, a range is fine, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, but guys are trying to figure out, when do I get it? When do I get software? When do I start getting this stuff put in place? When can I afford it, right? And that conversation is a whole different conversation in and of itself, because you don't technically pay for the software. You put that software in your budget, your customers pay for it. But
the clients pay for it.
Exactly. And your eyes are being open to that. So, but anyway, let's answer that question first, and then we'll continue from there. I tend to ask a bunch of questions in a row. So, what do you think? What are you going to do in 24, rough range here, so people get an idea?
Between 250 and 300.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So that's what I've said. I've said between 150 and 200 is where I would say you need to start. Like, you need to get it. So that may line up with your timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think last year we were, obviously we were a lot less than what we're going to do this year, but last year, over the winter last year would have been the time to sign up for it. And you're thinking that you don't have the money for it. Well, you probably need the software because of you don't have the money for it. So, and then back to Snowball, what you said, you let the clients pay for everything. I know I was at the LMN Mastermind in Boston, and that's one thing that Mark Bradley and numerous speakers hit on, that the clients pay for everything, that everything just has to be built into the budget. Well, if you're gonna go through snap 10 shovels a year, well, that has to be built into the budget and into overhead, and the clients are going to pay for your 10 broken shovels, and whatever gets backed over by the dump trailer. Just stuff happens, and you just have to move forward.
Yep, it's part of it. It is part of it. Well, that's exciting, and that's encouraging to hear. Like I said, just get a software, get something up and running, and put in your business, because now that software is going to be like, that is part of your business now. It's not just some like outside thing. Oh, I use Synced Up, whatever. It's just an addition to my business. No. Synced Up is now in your business. That is something that you live and breathe in and out every single day. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you, man. That's super, super encouraging to hear. Well, what does the next 25 look for you? Like, where's your plans? Are you trying to grow the company as far as team members go? What are you trying to get into? You say project-based work. So what does your growth plan look for in 2025?
Yeah, so we're going to add another team member next year. So there'll be 3 of us. Potentially add some more equipment along the way, and just stay profitable, because top end that doesn't really mean anything, but how much you make means everything. So just stay profitable, and make sure that every job is, fits our model. And like, not being afraid to say no. If something, if you're asked to do something that, pays really well, but you're not necessarily, offering that service, but you have the equipment to do it, maybe that's not the best project to take on because, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm saying right
Are
now.
you trying to no 100% like that? I
Yeah.
100% agree. Are you trying to
Uh,
get into more hardscape work? Are you trying to stay the
yeah.
landscape
Yeah.
side?
Yeah. More, hardscape and landscape, like, the two go together, in my opinion. With patios and plants, and it just gives an aesthetic to a house, property, wherever you're working. It just brightens everything up.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree, dude. That's awesome. Well, I tell you what is something that you would give to your younger self? What's some advice you would give to your younger self if you were starting out, to just share, like, with a younger audience out there that's starting, that kid in high school that would start out mowing? What have you learned over the last couple of years that you would, again, share to them and share with our audience today?
Um, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and building relationships, I can attest to, has been cra- crazy influential to our business this year. Just introducing yourself to, if it's a contractor, an electrician, a custom home builder, just someone, if they're at the gas station, if they're at the hardware store, if they're at the supply store, introduce yourself, say, I'm, XYZ, I do, landscape and hardscape, and just, give them a dozen business cards or something like that. And believe it or not, that goes a long way.
100%. You got to know who you have to put your name out there so people know who you are. I talk about
Yeah,
that on the show a lot. Like, doesn't matter who you know, they got to know you. And so just going out of your way like
exactly.
that, going out of your
Hmm.
way, doing little touch points like that, it goes a long way.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Well, I'm excited to see your growth in 2025. I know what I wanted to ask you before we wrap up here. I don't want to hold you long. We'll do a
No,
quick
no, it's all good.
30-minute show here, in and out, because I know it's
Hmm.
holiday season, and you probably got stuff to get back to. And so guys are probably out plowing if you're listening to this. I know a lot of you getting snow and things. But my question I want to ask you was, how have you educated yourself on this, on all of this? Have you just, like, gone and done it? You started. I remember you talked about starting little jobs first because you knew how to do them. But, like, how did you grow into these decent-sized hardscape jobs, these landscape jobs? Like, how did you educate yourself?
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff is the same thing, just like done over so many times on a larger job.
Okay.
Um, if you're doing an 80 square foot walkway, um, applications, or, the steps to do that apply to a 500 square foot patio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, grade and pitch and everything, where that is actually going to sit, may be different. But it's all similar but different. And I shadowed a larger company 3 years ago to see kind of how they do it, and what they're doing. I would say, if you're thinking about getting into, a hardscape landscape side of things, I definitely recommend, working with somebody, if it's, you know, 5-10 days over the summer. A little will go a long way there.
Yeah.
Just to, make sure you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, 100%, dude. That's awesome. Well, is there anything we missed out on that you wanted to share with the audience today, talk about before we wrap up? Did we miss anything?
I don't think we did. No.
That's awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship. Seeing you at industry events is always fun. Getting to talk back and forth about your growth journey, kind of the things we're looking to do. It's a step in the process, right? Going to these events, going to live events in person, online, whatever it may be, to educate yourself. It's a great opportunity. Listening to shows like this, shadowing companies is awesome. Like, just educate yourselves as much as you can, guys. It will come back to benefit you in the long run. Will, where can anybody find you and follow along with you if they want to keep up with you on social?
Uh, One thing I want to hit on
Yeah.
um is they're doing I don't use LMN, but I've been to the LMN Mastermind.
Yeah.
If you are anywhere near an LMN Mastermind, you've got to get there because you can learn so much in the 2 days that are there. The value and, talking with people, network it's awesome. It truly it's changing. So if you're near one or anything like that, I definitely recommend going.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Well, I'm excited to see you at more, and I know that's where we got to see each other in Detroit. Just a couple.
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. It's just the industry events are there for a reason. They're there to help you guys grow. I grow at them. It's an amazing time getting to network and hang out with everybody, and you also get really great friendships. Like you get around people who are doing the same things, trying to go the same places you are, and so. It is.
Yeah, everyone's trying to help everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. We're there with good intentions. Nobody's trying to take. It's literally give. What can we give? What can we help? And that's what we're trying to do here on today's show as well with Will coming in, dropping some knowledge on his business and kind of things you can do when you're young, starting out to grow to where he's at now and years beyond. Will, where can everybody keep up with you, buddy?
Leroy Property Service on Instagram.
Awesome, dude. Well, the Instagram community is awesome. That's where we're at most of our time. We got the podcast here. We also dropped, we're just now starting a free email newsletter. So if anybody's interested in that, the link is in the show notes today to go sign up. We're going to be talking about any events that we have coming up, places we'll be going, things we'll be talking about. All of those things to come will be in there. And so that's kind of the inside circle there. That stuff that doesn't make the Instagram page will all be in the newsletter. And we're excited for that. So go sign up there. And we look forward to connecting with you and networking and hang out with you in the future as well. We appreciate your support. Again, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. We're heading into the new year. The next time we talk, it will be a new year. We'll do a Marriage Monday that will wrap up 2024, and then we will be in a new year come 2025 on our first Wednesday show. It'll be January the 1st. Start the year off strong. Come back, join us here for another one. But without any further ado, guys, thank you, Will, for tuning in and for coming along and spending some time with us today, buddy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you for spending some time with us. I appreciate it. You have plenty of options to choose from, and I don't take it for granted that you chose to spend time with us today. So without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.